If you've watched any of my other videos on typography, typefaces and fonts, you'll know just how important they are to any branding project. So what if there was an online website that would let you create your own typeface that you could download and use, which is Creative Commons, meaning you can use it commercially, and you could even download that typeface, sell it, and make a profit? Well, I'm going to show you a way today that you can do just that using the website and online software called Prototypo. So let's jump over to the computer and take a look. Okay folks, so here we are in the Prototypo website, and it's prototypo.io is the website address you want to go to check this out. Okay, so they do have a features page which details a lot of the features here. You can kind of get an idea of how it will work from this animated GIF showing the sliders and how the type is changing as the sliders move, saying that you can design in real time. You can edit separate components of the letters. You can edit the serifs to give them different looks. You can also manually edit nodes, so you can grab different nodes and drag them around. You can have alternates to each glyph, so you can have different types of letter A, for example, or Y. And you can also use a plugin which they have, an extension which you can put into your web browser, which allows you to take the font that you've created and look at it on real live websites, which is pretty cool. And you've also got the individualization mode where you can modify a single glyph or a group of glyphs together. And one of the most important things is that anything you create is under the Creative Commons 0 license, which means that you can download that font and use it for any commercial project, and you can also sell that font and make money from it. Okay, so that's the quick overview. One thing I would like to say is that there are different levels of Prototypo. There is the free version, which is the one which we will be using today, and you can also sign up to a pro version which unlocks some benefits to you. I will talk over those benefits later on in the video, because there are things that you cannot do in the free version that you will want to do if you want to use these fonts in any commercial projects. Okay, so what we want to do then is we want to click on design your font. Obviously I have an account created already, but you will need to create an account when you start through this. And the first thing that it will do is it will ask us to choose a base template font to start from, and there are a selection here. So what you want to do is choose one that is close to the type of font that you want to create. You know, it might be a sans serif, it might be a serif, it might be condensed, it might not be condensed. So choose one which is close to what you want. So I'm going to go with this one here. You just click on the font and you can change the wording if you want. You want to change to see how those fonts look in different letters. You can do that quite easily, and then I want to create from this preset. Then you need to give it a name. I'll call it Pixel Font Test, and then it will run you through some quick choices where you can change the X height and the width. I'm looking to create something which is quite tall and condensed, so I'm going to pull that right in there. I don't want it too thick. I'm going to just thin that a little bit and just move the contrast. I think we'll leave the contrast down because I don't want too much contrast there. And then you can change the heights of the ascenders. I want them quite tall. And we can adjust the descender as well, so I want that down a bit lower. Then you can choose the alternates. So I'm just going to quickly go through these, choosing the letters which I like. I don't really want this angled look, so I'm staying for the rounded versions. I would like the T's to be straight though, and I quite like this rounded Y. So click next, And then we've got some changes to the serif style. I'm quite happy with the way everything is right now, so I'm just going to click next. And that's basically what I'm going to work with. You could just finish there and that would be your font, but let's go in and look at what we can do now. So this is the main user interface for Prototypo. There's quite a lot going on, but one of the great things is that Prototypo has a good amount of tutorials, and it's got different tutorials on how to make changes with the sliders using glyphs, components, the actual interface as well, how to manage projects, etc. And they also have a really good YouTube channel with lots of videos on there as well. So let's go back to the tool. So you can see here we've got the letter A. We can actually switch on and switch off different elements of the workspace here. Got different letters up here. So let's just work with this letter A and I'll show you what we can do. So we've got all the glyphs available in this font. There's quite a few, as you can see. And I activated that by clicking this glyphs list down here. And what you can do is you could actually change that. So if we wanted to work on the K, we would just click on the K. If we wanted it to be the B, we would work on the B. So let's go back to the A. And if we start moving these sliders, you'll see how the wording at the top is also moving as we change the capitals height. We adjust the ascenders. We can adjust the descenders. We can also adjust crossbars, the crossbar height in each letter. We can also change the width of the letters. We can adjust slants, so you can make italic text. And you can adjust the spacing between as well. And if you click on style, you can change the thickness. So you can imagine you could create one font at a certain thickness, then you could come back in and you could create another version and just, you know, so you could have light, regular, bold, extra bold for it. You can change the thickness of just the capitals. Then you've got the contrast again, and you've also got apertures. And if you look up here at this E, you can see the aperture changing from almost going flat there and then the curl coming up. And then this last one here is the serif. So if we go in to, let's see, let's go to, let's choose the lowercase t. And I can go in and I can actually change here as well. If we go in, we can reset points, and I can actually drag these points around. And if you look up here, you'll see in real time, this letter T is actually changing in real time as I move this point around. So you can really add some nice little touches to the fonts to make it your own. It's not all just about width, thickness, height. You know, you can actually go in and change a lot of these things. You can actually bend letters in. You can make them fat that way. So there's so many, I mean, there's so many things you could do with all of this that I could do a really, you know, a lengthy video, and I don't want this to be too long. It's just really to give you an overview. Once you've created your finished font, you'll then want to download it and use it. And that's where the limitations of the free version of Prototypo comes in. The free version will let you use all of the tools, but you will then be limited, very limited, in that you cannot do it. You can't download the font that you've finished with. So in order to do that, you need to have the pro version of Prototypo, which will let you export your font. If we go to the pricing, so we can see here that if you were to use a yearly plan, it's $8.25 a month. If you want to just do a month to month, it's $15. Now, that may seem like a lot to some of you, but if you were going to buy a commercial font, you could very easily be $15 or more. So you could pay $15 and spend some time in Prototypo and create as many fonts as you need and download them and be able to use them. So there is benefits there. And if you work with a lot of clients and you need to create different fonts, then it's money well spent, because you could easily absorb that sort of cost into any design project that you were doing. So I don't think that Prototypo is expensive. I think it's very, very reasonable for what you can do and what you can achieve with it. As I say, you can use the free version to get used to all of the settings and stuff before you actually make a payment. Right now, there's a like 47% discount on it right now. I don't know when that will change. Right now, I'm recording this during sort of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, and that may change, so it may double, but I still think that's pretty reasonable for what you're getting here. So if you go and create a pro account, then you will be able to work on anything you want and download it and use it for whatever project you like, which is pretty amazing. I've only just really skimmed the surface of this. I've not gone into anything too deep on changing any of these fonts really, so I'm going to leave it there. That's Prototypo. If it's something that you think you're going to use, please go check it out. Do let me know if you do decide to use Prototypo and you create some typefaces. I'd love to see what they are. If you have enjoyed this video and found it useful, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and when you do, click the little bell icon and you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. Also, it would be great if you could share this video to anyone that you think might find Prototypo a useful website to use. So until I see you next time, stay creative, folks.